How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. Today, I want to talk to you about what whales are doing in crypto because they are buying Cardano. They're buying some other names that you'll recognize. And I want to cover some of the big news because there is some really interesting news over the last few days in crypto. And over the weekend, I had some pre-recorded videos, but I didn't make a lot of live videos for you guys. So I want to cover some of the biggest news here today. Now, we saw some real strength just about 12 hours ago or so in crypto. Bitcoin was around 66,000. Now it's come down a little bit, but I'm still very bullish. So I want to talk to you about that here today, show you what's happening. If you guys don't mind though, hitting the like button, hitting the subscribe button, I really appreciate that. Also turn on the bell notification. With that being said, I do have a really cool event happening Thursday where if you want to be in the crypto space or you know someone that maybe is interested in crypto and wants a job, I'm actually talking to a handful of industry leaders and they're hiring, and it's going to be a cool event. It's going to be a live video. All I ask is if you guys are interested in that, pay attention on Thursday because I'm going to be streaming that. So there might be some cool opportunities there. Also, if you guys want, there is a link underneath the video to BlockFi. This is where I put some of my crypto, and it's really cool because their credit card, I have a link underneath to the main account, but then also you can sign up for their credit card and it pays you 1.5% Bitcoin back all the time and 3.5% for the first 3 months. And you can see like they give trading rebates, they give credit card rewards that's paid in Bitcoin. So check that out underneath the video because it's really cool. And if you guys want to know exactly when I buy and sell and what I buy and sell, I actually have a link down to Patreon, and two of my top stocks are actually up like 17% and 23% today. And I made a video on GGPI months ago. I've been talking about it in the Patreon and gave exclusive access to the video early so that people could see it earlier. Now it's up 24% today on some unexpected expansion plans, and then Matterport's just crushing it again. So if you guys want, you can see the link underneath the video. Now, let's cover what's happening. Well, we had the Taproot upgrade for Bitcoin. This is going to help just increase the I want to say anonymity, but that's not the right word. The security, that's not the right word either. But some of the privacy on the network. It's going to be awesome. Now, it takes a while for every node to adopt this, but this is just great. We had that happening over the weekend. The first time that we got an upgrade in 4 years, I believe. And we still have Plan B saying $98,000 in November and $135K December prediction still in play. And this is this is like the worst case scenario for him. This is not the stock to flow, which is even higher. So, hey, we still have 2 weeks left. I mean, we have moved very quickly before, and with almost everything looking bullish in the space, besides maybe the numbers, it's looking like it's gearing up to be a good end of the year. Now, one other thing that I wanted to cover is this. We see so many different people wanting a piece. This is coming from Lark Davis. 8 billion people in the world, 56 million millionaires, and I think that number is actually old. 41,000 publicly traded companies, trillions of cash and pension funds, bank accounts and bonds, all trying to get a piece of the pie. And there's only so much to go around. That's the important thing. When you take out for some of the Bitcoin that's been lost, we have like 14, 15 million Bitcoin right now that's available. And a lot of it's held by people that won't sell it. So all of these different institutions and people want a piece of the pie, and they're just not going to be able to get it. Once the supply crunch happens, we're going to see, I think, a pretty nice squeeze to the upside. And a couple other articles, just real quick before we get into some of the cool information on the whales buying. NASDAQ listed Bitcoin miner Marathon to raise $500 million in debt. So they raised another $500 million in debt for more miners, just more and more companies, potentially picking up millions of dollars of debt just because they are so bullish on crypto and Bitcoin. Then also Bitcoin falls from $66,000 highs. Tesla down 3% after Elon Musk warns he could sell more stock. So if you didn't see this, he was basically replying to Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders wasn't calling him out or anything, and he said, hey, if you want me to sell more stock, I will. Just let me know. So kind of interesting, right? Interesting that Cointelegraph puts it on here, but I think that it would make a lot of sense for Elon to sell and buy into Bitcoin because honestly, he has a ton of money, but there aren't a lot of assets that he can put $1 billion into, right? He's not going out and buying real estate. He sold all his real estate, and he just thinks Tesla's overvalued. So if he's going to take a 50% tax hit from selling Tesla or whatever it is, a large chunk of his money is going to be gone, he probably wants to put in something that will perform well. And he has shown that he likes Bitcoin and a couple other cryptocurrencies too. So what are the whales buying? Well, on CoinShares, we have this report every single week talking about what institutions are doing. And we can see just generally how much money is flowing in or out. And then they break it down for us, what they're buying. So digital asset investments saw 151 million in the last week. 151 million worth of inflows, the 13th consecutive week of inflows, bringing the year-to-date inflows to a record $9 billion. The Bitcoin was the majority of inflows with almost 100 million, and we saw inflows that were led by Cardano with inflows totaling 16 million last week, although we cannot identify a discernible catalyst at this point. So I can try to explain that for you. I think I know the reason. Now, we can see it broken down a little bit more here. So 97.5 million going into Bitcoin, 17.3 going into Ethereum, just more and more money thrown into Ethereum. I'm really bullish on Ethereum too, especially because Coinbase has said that they don't have a layer 2 scaling solution for their NFTs, for their NFT platform. And the biggest burner of Ethereum on the Ethereum network is OpenSea. And they're going to be doing just a fraction, it sounds like, of the volume that Coinbase does. So it's going to cost so much Ethereum to be burned. I would not be surprised if it was deflationary after this consistently. So it's going to be interesting. Then we have 9.8 million going into Solana, 16.4 going into Cardano, 3 million going into Ripple, a little bit coming off Tron for 151 million overall. So they say that they don't know why so much money is flowing into Cardano. They say the inflows are likely due to increasing positive investor sentiment for the world computer coins. Now, I think it is one for retail investors, not really for institutional investors, just because Charles Hoskinson is back and he's talking about crypto again. I think a lot of people feel better about that. But I think institutional investors have shown that they continuously buy Cardano week in and week out. This is a larger week than usual, but I would not be surprised if a little bit of that is due to trying to time this. Sunday Swap is supposed to go live with their AMM or their DEX just about any time. They said a couple weeks, and that was, I think, almost a couple weeks ago, that they were going to go live with this. Now, this is going to be something that's like a Uniswap of Cardano or a Pancake Swap. At least that's what it's hoping to be. They're going to help users stake, borrow, lend. This is something that they were actually going to roll out on BSC, but they decided to launch on Cardano directly and not launch on BSC at all. So kind of interesting, right? Now, this I think is going to help build DeFi a lot. This is going to help the overall ecosystem because it's going to increase the total value locked. You can see actually the largest projects by total value locked, and you can see that they are some of the largest market caps. Like Ethereum has 182 billion. Solana has 14.5 billion, but it's growing really quickly, especially back here, right? It grew like 10x within a month or 2 months. Then we also have Polygon, it's at 5 billion. We have Avalanche at 10. And you can see that the bigger market caps have more total value locked, like Binance has 22 billion. So as these go up in total value locked, the price generally goes up of the crypto. Something like Harmony has 400 million, but it has been growing very quickly. So it's kind of like a lot of things in life. It depends on how quickly it's growing, and then it depends on the overall number, right? If Ethereum was at 200 billion instead of 181, but it was going down every month, it probably wouldn't be worth as much as it would be when it's being valued now. So I think Cardano will have more and more total value locked as time goes on after this gets rolled out. You can see it's slow at first, but then it hits this exponential increase. Hopefully that happens and it just pushes up the price of Cardano because more is locked in. Now, with that being said, it's going to take time to see exactly what happens. Cardano has traded sideways for a while, but I don't think that necessarily means that Cardano is done or anything like that. So many people are bearish, but honestly, that I think is the wrong approach because it's still $2.04 with no total value locked essentially, right? So if they can get this locked down, so to speak, if they can increase the total value locked, and so many people like Cardano already, I think it will increase in price. Now, overall, I'm very bullish on the end of the year. I think people get scared because, oh no, we traded sideways for a week or two. I don't think that's any big deal. And if Bitcoin's at 90,000 or 80,000 instead of 98,000 by the end of the month, in my opinion, who cares? Of course, it would be nice if it was higher, but the longer it takes, the longer or the less chance I think that we will see a big dip at the end of the year or next year or whenever the next dip is. Now, of course, we could see price fluctuations in the short term, which is why I like something like BlockFi that pays 9.5% on some of the stablecoin. So that way you can keep some money on the sidelines in case you want to buy more in the market. So definitely check that out underneath the video, and you can keep on stacking without even having to buy, just by these credit card rewards. So you can sign up for that underneath the video too. Thank you guys so much. Again, you can check out the Patreon in case you want to see what I'm buying and selling, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.